Hi everyone, Lolly here. Welcome to my channel. It's Tag Tuesday. Tag Tuesday is an open collaboration hosted by Sheree over at Turquoise Dreaming, and I'll put her link in the description below. So you want to go over and check that out, and everyone that is participating in the collaboration is listed in Sheree's link as well. So I have been cleaning my craft room, which is like an impossible feat. And I found this box. Well, I didn't find the box, but I found more items in a tote to add to this box of just different types of little stamps and, like the Tim Holtz little cards and things like that are in here. So I was excited to find new things to put in there, but now this is a ridiculous amount. So today I'm going to use items that I have discovered from cleaning and make a couple of little tags from those. So in all of the items that I have been cleaning out, I found these, and I bought these at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. They're over where the envelopes and things like that are, and so they have like different little colors in here. The holes in them are kind of big. I don't know why. I don't love that part, but I didn't have little circles to put on there. So anyway, I'm trying to adjust the light here. Sorry, I should have cut that out. But so there's like 2 of each color in this little package. So that's what I'm going to use. And also when I have these, I make sure that I either save one or I trace it so that I have this pattern, because I don't have those punches that have the different decorative tops for tags on it. So found this really cute gold feather and a little bird and a little quote. Just picked out some basic little things to put in there. So on the tag itself, they're paper. They're just like scrapbook paper, kind of thin. But I'm just going to stamp on the background a little bit. After I cover it, I don't know how much of it will actually show, but in the beginning, you just start to layer things, see how it goes from there. So I chose blue. I was going to try not to make these dark and grungy like I do everything. So I'm trying to stick with the pinks and the blues and try something a little different. So I'm stamping it here just with the stamp is a bird and flower, and I'm just using the flower part and dark blue ink there. And then I'm going to just ink the edges, but I'm going to use pink. It's a really bright pink though. So I got this ink at Austin Creative Reuse, so I think I paid maybe like 50 cents for it. And it's been a while, so I don't use pink in too many things. But I thought if I was going to try to keep this not dark and too vintage looking, I would try the pink. So I think it looks pretty with the pink edges. Like I think when we think about inking tags or different ephemera, that we want to go straight to our vintage photo or things like that. But I like to use different colors at times. So I knew I was going to distress this piece of music paper, and I tried the pink and that was too much, and I did put some blue ink on it with the stamp, and that was too much. So here I go back to the vintage photo and kind of put a little darker color on there, and on the tag I do as well, just to kind of knock that pink back a little bit because it was a little neon pink. So anyway, here I'm just trying to, I didn't tea dye this particular piece of music paper, so just trying to darken it up a little bit. No matter how much I try, I have to ink things and I have to make them look old and vintage. I think that's a lot of our favorite kind of theme, right? To make everything look vintage. So you can really tell the ink was on the bird. Also put it on the shiny feather just so that it wasn't as shiny. But I don't know, it's a slick surface. I don't even know if the ink would stay, but it did take out some of the shine. But I did want the shine a little bit just because everything else was kind of dark and dull, that the feather gave it just a little splash of bling. So So here we go. And again, these are paper thin, and probably I might back it next time, but sometimes you don't want to go through all that, but it could definitely need, use a backing. So now I know I'm going to raise up parts, either the bird or the flowers or something. I want it raised. I don't want everything flat on the card. So I'm going to use these little squares, and I end up raising the flowers and the bird. So this part is just placement. Where am I going to put everything? Trying to make it look nice, of course. And I could have gone in and got other bits and pieces and things like that, but sometimes you just want to pull a few things and then just use them. I could dig around in totes and baskets here forever looking for different things, and it could have had different ideas, but sometimes that adds stress to something that should be fun and enjoyable for you. And especially if you're making a journal that you're either going to sell or you're making it for someone, I mean, you could work months on a journal if you let yourself. So sometimes you have to just restrict yourself, right? You have to just pick a few items and go forward with it and see what you can do. So that's what I'm doing here. I pulled a few things out of that box, and I don't want to take the time to go back in and pull something new. So this took me a really long time, and I should have cut it. I apologize for that. So here I am going to put the little square sticky dots on the back of the flowers. And that's just a glue I got at Dollar Tree. I thought that I didn't even need it actually on this with the sticky squares on there. But the other parts that I glued with it, I thought it's just paper, so the glue should do just fine. So, and these, even though I'm putting the sticky squares, it still stays flat on the back. So if you wanted to write on it, I don't think it would cause any issues, or you could glue a picture back there, something like that. But it didn't seem to affect the ability to be able to write on the back of it. So and again, this is just placement where everything is going to go. I think, like, if you have the same experience, when I'm talking to people who don't do this, they wonder why I put so much thought and effort into just a little tag. But they do take a lot of work in thinking of placement and just the right embellishments, things like that. So a million different ways you could do one tiny little tag, and so it does take some thought. And of course, the minute you glue it down and you think, oh my gosh, I could have done something different, or you have a different idea, so you want to make another one just like it. But so I did cut out the part where I placed this flower on every bit of this card that I could think of, and ended up liking it right there in front of the bird, just to kind of make it look like it is on the tree and he's sitting there among the blooms on the tree or something. So I also tried a couple of different things at the top to kind of fill in that hole. Like I said, they are a little bit big, but in the end, I just found this really pretty lace that I had bought recently, and I'm just going to tie that on there. Being very careful because the paper is pretty thin. All right, there we go. I'm going to trim up the other side a little bit. The lace is really pretty. I just bought it. I think it's spare parts. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful. I did want to put just a little something at the top, so I found the word always in this little sticker pack, and I put that at the top. So now it says always with my head in the clouds. So it is a little wrinkly, and I think backing it is a really good idea if you're going to put it in a journal and you want to write back there. So this one I'm not, but I think backing it would be good because they're really thin, but they're really pretty little tags. I have bought several packages of these over the years. So, and here is the next tag. I always like to make them at least in twos. And so little tidbits that I have also pulled out of this box here. I think most of us probably have this. It came in a package with floral ephemera inside of it. And I chose to run it in this direction so that the green shows on both sides there. And then I have these little mushrooms. Probably some of you have the same ones. And that is going to be the element that I raise on this tag. So in the other one, we did the flowers and the bird. And so this one, I'm going to raise the mushrooms up off of the card to give it a little dimension. And while I'm working on all of that, I just want to mention that what I have done also with these mushrooms and different types of little tidbits is cover them with glue. And when it dries, they're shiny like a sticker. And I thought about doing that with the bird, but I just didn't want to wait for it to dry. But I know that some people have the ink and the heat gun and all of that makes things shiny. But sometimes you could just add a little clear glue over the top of something, and it makes it like a sticker. So here I am just trying to figure out where I'm going to place the butterfly and put that on there. And then I'm going to put, because I put the little bling in the bird's eye on the other one, I'm going to add 2 little flat backs to the butterfly body there so he shines a little bit as well. So I think raising them up with the little sticky dots gives it dimension, gives it a whole different look there. And again, I couldn't leave well enough alone, so I cut the word today off of another little sentiment and added it to the card. So it says, today, celebrate the little things. So here they are, and I appreciate you joining me. And if you look in the description below, you'll find the link to Sheree at Turquoise Dreaming, and she is hosting the open collaboration for this. And you'll be able to click on the link to other participants as well and see all the really great ideas, great for inspiration. Thanks for joining me.